Spectacular, spectacular DVD update. Spectacular, spectacular DVD update. Yes, right before you ever know, I just sang the theme song. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, folks, it is time. It is long last time to review of a show that maybe you guys out there in the good world best of the internet find this cartoon series being probably A, spectacular, B, amazing, B, ultimate, and D, amazing. Just completely amazing cartoon. And I could not really go any more for that. Then otherwise I finally pick up none other than the Ultimate series, the Spectacular Spider-Man, the complete series. Yes, you may think it is, of course, the first season, but this, of course, is the first season. And we're going to talk about a little weedy tiny bit about it, because I know people are discussing about it already. And definitely for show, of course, we'll basically discuss about what other releases that you could probably pick up this show yourself. And yeah, so without further ado, let's review the Spectacular Spider-Man, the complete series, today on our Press One Reviews. Welcome back. Okay then, so I guess without further ado, I guess I could talk a little bit about it. So of course, generally like any other Spider-Man series, you have of course Peter Parker getting bit by a radioactive spider, trying to base a superhero, fight the basic villains of his super best friends, and of course reserve with great power comes great responsibility, right? Yeah. That's for a mouthful for that. But like I say, what can I say about the Spectacular Spider-Man series? Well, for a long term and for running for 2 seasons, it's awesome. Really, it's one. I could not say anymore. It's just completely awesome, really. And if you probably know, if I still have the other volumes, well, without further ado, I guess I could show you. I still have them in their proper form set, and I'm glad to say I pick up, of course, none other than Volume 5. Volume 6, Volume 7, and of course Volume 8. So of course that is the complete series of all the 26 episodes of the show. Put them right there. There we go. There you go. But like I say, I'm very surprised and very pleased to watch this show because, well, like any other Spider-Man cartoons or basically any incarnations of Spider-Man premieres, this series does have basically a heart for fans, and I think, you know, for me, generally, I thought, okay, yeah, new Spider-Man cartoon, yeah, it's fine, the animation is kind of a little dunky and everything else, but as soon as I was watching all 26 episodes, I was hooked. For me, I think it really kind of had a deep well passion for fans, and a well basic for fans, which is that matter, because of course, this is of course developed by people who are fans, who developers want to try to make a new, nice, really different base of Spider-Man shows, and for that, I guess it's really contained for the base of the story arc, because, you know, it's more like the Ultimate series, the Ultimate comic books, but it doesn't vibe with the old classic stories. Like, of course, you have the old classic villains in their proper costumes and their proper form and everything else. My only thing is that it's just the style based off the animation. It's just that the animation had a little bit more. I know a lot of people it's more version animation with how can I say? I guess it's more animated towards the Justice League Unlimited animation form, but the drama, of course the acting. I mean, the acting is just so really great, and I think there's nothing more I could say about the acting. I mean, you have of course John, whatever his name is, playing Peter Parker and Spidey. You have Freddy Krueger, the guy who did based in Nightmare on Elm Street, playing the voice of Vulture. That's a pretty probably big opportunity, because in the first episode we do see a Vulture episode, which I did not notice until I was watching the featurettes of the of course the stylized Spidey featurette. And they were basically, of course, had Freddy Krueger, and I forgot what his name was, the actor who played Freddy Krueger, was basically voiceover of the Vulture. And I was like, oh my god, like, Freddy Krueger plays the Vulture in Spectacular Spider-Man series? That's a pretty big opportunity. I mean, he's a very well household name basically for the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and seeing him in basically this cartoon, it's really just an opportunity for him. Really just, I guess really he decided he was so oversighted because he actually loves voiceovers. And I think what I like about the acting, every actor really and every actress basically playing that character is really just relevant for it. And I thought, Josh, whatever his last name is, actually did play Peter Parker very well. I think I like when he's actually become a little bit shy, a little bit nerdy inside, and when he's into the Spidey mode, he's actually very kind of funny and actually very well fun to basically play the role. Of course, the chick who played Mary Jane, I thought, yeah, she did kind of well, everything. She did kind of fine, basically, did bit stuff for Mary Jane and everything else, but, it goes to show so. But you probably think of what do I feel if it was continuing on, basically, if it was continuing. Well, this is only run for 26 episodes, and it only basically cost for just for that. It's kind of hard because, for a lot of TV shows that we now have today, it's very, very something basically hard to divide, because it was only run for 2 seasons on the CW, and it was transferred over, of course, to Disney DMX, or that's what I call it, yeah, the proper based from Walt Disney. Because, of course, Walt Disney, they have the rights from Marvel, and they have the rights basically to continue on doing that, especially with Sony out there. I'm telling you, Sony fans out there who think that Spider-Man still basically cannot have no rights with Marvel. It still does, because I think, for me, when this show came out, I was kind of very obvious thinking, okay, well, why would basically Disney would be taking over the rights of Marvel characters, especially with Spidey? Because you cannot really condone with basically of having the rights of Spidey, because he's the developer basically of course of Marvel characters, and he may not be the first basically of the character and being published, but he is of course the third and fourth basically of the creation of the character itself. But like I say, I still think it should have been basically running for only like 2 more seasons for me, because I think it could basically run for basically 4 seasons or maybe 5 or more, because you have not only just basically the classic villains and the classic stylized stories, but you also have very well deeper basically of course motion characters, and well, maybe not very emotional, but very well deep drama stories, because the stories is very well committed. If you read these old Spider-Man stories, you will know how basically it's very deep and very well diminished to a lot of people who find the Spider-Man mythos, who basically read the comics, or basically for anyone. How can I say? I guess to read the actual real life stories, the actual comic book stories, and like I said, it does template based of that research of the old and from the old stories. And what do I compare for between the of course the previous Spider-Man cartoons? Well, like I say, it's well basically written, very well basically of course stylized, very well basically casting well, and it could basically run for basically 4 more seasons if it basically had a decent good audience. Now, like I say, the reason why I only run for 2 seasons, and then probably cancel out Richard so far off of it, is that people did not know this was a new cartoon, and me myself included, because when I was watching this on the CW a very long time ago, when this show came aired, I was kind of surprised that this was running for only basically for 2 seasons. And I thought, okay, well maybe they'll probably come back doing another season for for basically a spin-off or whatever. But like I say, it's very hard to compare for the other of the new Spider-Man cartoon. We have the Ultimate Spider-Man played by, well, basically the voiceover played by Drake, whatever his name is, the guy who did Drake and Joss of the Nickelodeon show. But like I say, it's still, of course, a basic good cartoon. It has very well developed base of characters that you can love, and like I say, it's all in all a great show. I mean, I don't know, maybe because I think it's very hard to compare basically with, of course, with the new Spider-Man cartoon we have now, compared for basically the old one we have today. And I think that was what back then, Richard. But you know, back then, you know, cartoons were very hard to basically release and not really getting much audience to basically watch, because of course this was Saturday morning cartoon. It wasn't prime time. It wasn't, of course, you know, really compared between the two. It was very a Saturday morning cartoon, and that was because it was like the stylized was a little bit more cartoony and still based more kind of like that very classic cartoons that we have watched before, but still basically kind of give it more drama to us to watch. So, like I say, it's one of those cartoons that has a heart for fans, and for me, of course, basically be a Spider-Man fan or be it just a Spidey fan, really watching it, and actually, you know, I had a blast with it. I mean, I just really just had no good point base whatsoever to say. I mean, it's just a good cartoon. It's a very decent, good story cartoon, and there's nothing more I can say about it. It's just awesome. Now, of course, there's also another release that you could probably pick up. They actually finally put out the complete series on Blu-ray. Now, if you want to pick on the Blu-ray set, I'll definitely put the section down below for you, so you could definitely, you know, actually pick up the Blu-ray set. Or if you're like me and you just want the DVD set, get the DVD set, because, well, not only you get basically the first season and you get the volumes as well, you still basically get 26 episodes. And of course, yeah, for the Blu-ray set, I don't know if I want to pick it up originally, not because of just the high quality versus everything else, but the idea that the discs are quite sort of different versus. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm probably planning on maybe get the Blu-ray set if I do sell my DVD towards a fan or a base or whatever. I would definitely actually pick up the Blu-ray set, and you know, all the numbers will basically watch it, because like I said, it's a good cartoon, and there's nothing more I can say about it. So yeah, that is of course my review / DVD update of the Spectacular Spider-Man series. Yes, I would definitely continue on watching it more and more often, and yeah, more I can say about it. So, till then, this is Eric Burnham. Thank you for watching, and sayonara. Oh, wait a minute. I guess I forgot basically what clues are based on the first season and the other volumes. Well, I guess I could just tell you based on slide 4. Of course, you have none of them basically just 2 featurettes, including basically with Satellite Spidey and Spider-Man Reanimated. So like I said, that's of course basically with this basic 2 featurettes, and I guess I could show you the cover. Show you the front cover. Like that. And the spine and the back. That's included with basically 2 featurettes. Then we open it up. Then we have what you just said. So we have, of course, red and blue Spidey and black and white Spidey. So of course, that's of course the 2 disc set. And like I say, I paid for this probably like $9 at Walmart, and I really wanted it because like I say, I'm just basically wanted to basically series. Okay, now compare for us basically with the volumes. You do have all just episodes basically each volume. So of course each volume has a course based with 4 episodes. I know the volume 1 through volume 4 has basically 3 or 4 episodes, which are per each episode for each disc. So of course in volume 5, you have of course Spidey saving Gwen Stacy along with basically with God, I forgot what these characters. Oh yeah, Craven Hunter and Mysterio. So yeah, there you go. And then if we flip up the spine, flip up the back, we have of course 4 episodes for volume 5. And for the episodes you have Blueprints, Destination Test, Recall It, and Strange Strange. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. Like I'm just so horrible with names and everything. So that's of course volume 5. Half a base of the part base of season 2. Okay. Then you have volume 6, which contains basically all basically of 20 episodes. So we have of course episode 18, which is of course First Step, Growing Pains, and Identity Crisis. Now, it's like the Identity Crisis is so epic. I think the only thing I like about the scene of basically that episode is that you have not only Eddie Brock exposing Peter Parker's secret identity, but you have very well good action. I mean, it's like, I guess because the action of that episode really kind of had a very opposite basically of what Spidey should move. Because if you see how he moves in very genuine ways in the high school scene, he is constantly basically getting his ass kicked by Venom, and and when I say ass kick, I mean getting his ass whooping. So that's very kind of obvious, Richard scene, and so yeah, I love that episode. Really, that's probably one of my favorite episodes of that scene. This scene, the basic action, and basic, of course, the dramatized base of Eddie Brock being so upset basically that Peter Parker is Spider-Man and goes from levers and everything else. So that's of course volume 6. Volume 7, not pretty much the best. So everything else, not best episodes, but it does have pretty well good some episodes. Like of course you have Septips, Problem Curses, and Gangland. I can't speak. Gangland. So that's of course volume 7, and we flip up the side. Got an basis of 3 episodes for 1 disc. I guess I didn't show you basically the front disc, I guess. So of course you have Venom with basically Sandman competing with basically Spidey, and on the back you have 3 episodes. There you go. So I guess I can show you. I'll go with percent. And then finally, volume 8. Now, like I said, this is actually the closer, basically, of the final basically of the series. So we have, of course, none other than Subtext, Opening Night, and the Final Apocalypse, if I pronounced that name right. Pretty well. So this 3, the final episodes, the 26 episodes. So it contains all basically 24, 25, and 26 episodes of this hit series. So we have, of course, the front. Probably zoom in, focus. I think you can probably see the base of the outline, but there you go. And of course, like I say, contains all based on 3 episodes. So, like I say, this is of course the complete series of the Spectacular Spider-Man. Like I say, it's basically available of the Blu-ray set that you can pick up originally through Amazon or eBay, whatever base you get it from. And like I say, I'm happy to say getting these sets was kind of really a bargain. Let me basically straight this up again. And let's basically put this okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I think my only thing, which is, of course, it's only like 26 episodes, and still basically probably hardest, which it can come by. And yeah, no more I can say about it. Just an awesome show, really, very awesome show. So till then, this is Eric Brown. Thank you for watching, and sayonara.